I decided I needed an attorney to help me, I want to say about 6 years ago, after going through a few attorneys and then making the mistake of assuming I could represent myself in court. That did not work out well, and the judge, in less than so many words, told me to find representation, and that's what drove me to look for an attorney. Trying to choose which law firm to go with really came down to who I thought could represent men or fathers the best, and finding an attorney that had the experience to work with fathers was vital for me. My experience with the Harris Law Firm has flat out been phenomenal. Between my attorney, between I guess you call them executive attorneys or partners, to the finances, to billing, accounts payable, all of it across the board has just been fantastic. Very understanding people at this firm. And my attorney, I can't say enough good things about, just life-changing, really. The experiences I had with him at the beginning, understanding where he was coming from and what he was attempting to do, was a little bit of a rough patch. He asked me to change a little bit of my personality and how I operated in my life, specifically with my ex-wife, and that was difficult, but ultimately, him being my attorney, I finally got out of my own way and followed his advice, and it was a phenomenal result. Play fair, be honest, be flexible, be nice, which was more difficult than I thought it would be, and ultimately, to this day, the advice I still follow is, regardless of how I feel about a situation, how are my kids involved? What outcome is this going to have with them, per each scenario or situation, and then react appropriately according to that, not according to how I feel. So the main issues I had was definitely custody. For roughly 9 years or so, I did not have a single overnight with my daughter. She was born about 6 months post-divorce, the original divorce. And I had been fighting for 9 years or so trying to get overnights with her. And God bless Eric and his advice and the trials and everything else. It was a 3-year process with him on board. And I was finally awarded overnights with my daughter, as well as my son, and many more overnights, which was phenomenal. Harris Law Firm was definitely in my corner. I think I spoke with Eric more than anybody else on a daily basis. He always answered his phone. He always was able to talk me off ledges, explain in layman's terms exactly what was happening and what we were waiting on, or what we were pending, or where we were at with the case and the situation. I don't know that I could have asked for a better firm or attorney in my corner fighting what I had, the uphill fight that I had to fight. Having been in a situation where I represented myself and how bad that turned out, I don't really have to imagine what it would be like not to have an attorney on my side. It was horrible, and I do not recommend it to anyone at all. Ever. Don't wait, don't fight it by yourself. Get your champion in your corner. Even if it's not the immediate result that you want, you're building the foundation which will get you the results you want in the future. I spent 10 years trying to unbury myself from the mistakes I made representing myself. Had I had Eric representing me 10 years ago, this situation would be 1,000 times different and so much better. As good as it is today, after overcoming all that, it would have been so much better. So don't wait. Don't think you can do it yourself. It's definitely a necessity to have Harris Law Firm in your corner. The advice that I would give and have given to anybody I've met, both close relationships and connections of connections, when looking for an attorney, when trying to find an attorney, have lots of conversations. not just with multiple attorneys, but have multiple conversations with the same attorney. Make sure the personality fits. The other side is ask what support that attorney has internal to their firm. A lot of attorneys are an island. They're on their own. And so you have the expertise of one person. Whereas like with Eric and with Harris Law Firm, everybody talks to everybody. I've had 3 attorneys on one call with me just to make sure that we were addressing it right, that the advice I was being given was right, that the plan of attack was correct. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to fight for a child as well. So make sure you have that village behind you. I really wish I had the vocabulary that was necessary to articulate what Harris and what Eric mean to me. I love that guy.